Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just here at work. It's Saturday afternoon and I'm fixing one of the perennial things. Boy, we do a lot of these, and I hate doing helicoils. I just hate them. They're a great thing used in the correct place. They're just not me for fun and games, that's all. So this is the underside of a monoshock final drive. Once again, it's suffering from a stripped drain bung. They're always the drain bungs on these for some strange reason. Rarely do you see the filler bung stripped. And here's the reason. You got a 17mm nut, an M12 thread with about 3.5 or 4 threads holding it in to a very narrow piece of cast aluminium. And people get their 17mm sockets onto this little nut and they yank and they squeeze and they use an aluminium washer that's been used 5 times before with a bit of thread tape, and they pull it up so tight against this now hardened washer, trying to stop it from dripping oil, that they pull those 4 gigantic threads out of that less than ½ inch of material. And then there comes the problem, because to fix that you have to take the final drive off the bike. No big deal, I hear you say, but you have to undo the 4 bolts, and on a monoshock it's a pain in the neck because of the shock absorber and the way it mounts. You get that off out of the way, then you've got to take out the big pinion lock nut that's in there. There's a little internal seal that comes out too. Then the radial pinnacle, radial spline drive gear. Then you've got to take out the seal ring so you can get clearance to run the tap through. Now I've got this set up in a bench vise on my post drill, and it's been drilled through to the correct size. Over here I've got the M12 by 1.5. Those 1.5 threads are a bit hard to come by. You buy the replacements in packets like that. Obviously they're miles too long to go into that little hole, so before you try to put them in, you've got to trim them down to about, I'm trying to get this to work, about the right number of threads. I haven't finished prepping that one yet, but I'll get it ready in a minute. And then you tap. When you drill, you've got to use grease. I use oil absorbent paper that we keep here in the shop on a roll. It's much easier to compress and pack around the bearing and the shafts than cloth. And I've cleaned it out once. I always grease the taps and grease the drills, and we catch probably 80% of the chips in that. And now I've started the tap going in there. That's a special tap that comes with that kit. It's a special pitch and a special size. I think the drill bit from memory is 12.5mm or 12.25mm, something like that. It says it on the packet anyway. And then when I'm finished doing that, of course, we wind it in, and it's an absolute bugger to get it started square because the material is so narrow and so thin through. You get it in there, then you wind it down, tap the hole, wind in the helicoil, and Bob's your uncle. Then you reassemble it all. So the cost of doing something like this, when next time you're going to hang on the end of your ½ inch drive 1 foot long handle ratchet wrench and tighten up that 17mm bolt so that no oil can get out, is probably best part of 2 hours labour. A new pinion seal, a new internal seal, the time to clean and prep, helicoil. You're looking at the thick end of $300 or $325 by the time it's all finished. Silly, eh? Why would you do it? Ride safely, stay well.